back to the channel. Today is Sunday, November 4th, and I have for you another weekly episode of Denzel's Destination Eats, where I cover local spots that you do need to check out first while in the San Diego area. In case you're new, I moved here from San Jose about 3 years ago, and one of the first things I wanted to experience was the food cultures here, but I didn't know anything. I was new, I was a scrub, and I didn't know where to go first. So my purpose for you all watching is to review the top local spots so you don't have to waste your time, your money, or your energy going out there and possibly having to take the L. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button below, and I'll keep you updated weekly. Alright, so without further ado, let's get right into this week's episode. Today, I am going to be covering Fogo de Chao, a real treat for those of you who, like me, are just plain carnivores. I love meat, and this is a fine dining, full-service, all-you-can-eat Brazilian restaurant that is located in the Gaslamp quarter of San Diego. I will have the full address listed in the description. Fogo de Chao means fire on ground, and it's been around since 1979 when the Kozer and Alvarado's brothers founded it. The restaurant is directly linked to the old gaucho lifestyle and its traditions, one of which is my favorite thing ever, which is to take large pieces of meat and to throw it over an open fire. The location I'm going to be covering today has been around since 2002. And if you're like me, you're wondering, what is a gaucho? So gauchos are basically South American cowboys who became regarded as national symbols in Argentina, Uruguay, and of course, Brazil, due to their known bravery and unruly nature. After the end of their heyday in the 19th century, they were celebrated by South American writers in folklore and other literatures that later became an important part of the region's cultural traditions. So the restaurant's all about paying homage to that gaucho lifestyle, and it incorporates a kind of modern elegance to it. To top that off, the waiters also embody that, and the way the place looks, it is got this kind of a darker lighting. It's like a dark red around the walls. There's a wooden architectural design that is coming out and blending in with this. They have pictures of gauchos riding bulls, and it was thrown back in many ways to the 19th century. And I feel all of that kind of came cohesively together to echo the authenticity of the food itself and the culture they have brought to the area. So one of the things in the culture is to have this kind of hearty meal. You're a gaucho, you're riding out all day. You need to fill up. And the way it works here at the restaurant is that they give you a card, and one side of it is red, the other side is green, right? And if you flip your card to the red side, all the servers that are gauchos, they will not bring you anything. Like, they'll leave you alone, let you eat, or maybe you don't like the meat that we're walking around with. Personally, mine was flipped to green the whole time almost, because I was like, yes. They ask you, and you just go, yes, and then they will cut you a piece. In my case, I just told them to slide the whole thing down. This part of the experience. This part of the experience was probably my favorite. You're just being served the whole time. It was very lit. You just watch some sliced chunks of meat on your plate. I tried many of the items, but not all of them. What I did try was it's called picana, right? And that is this specialty top sirloin cut. It is delicious. As you can see, the fat on it is thick, but they slice it thin, so you're not getting all of that. It's got a real strong kind of taste. They cook it to a medium rare. Some of the pieces were a little bit more rare than others, but I like that personally. It was well seasoned, just basic seasoning. They really let the flame cook the flavors in, but there is a crust on the fat, and that is quite flavorful. the lamb shanks, and they are absolutely the best. They fall off the bone. They have a garlicky, yet you know, like a garlic spice to it, and it's very good. Every bite satisfied. It was not very fatty, which lamb sometimes tends to be, and honestly, it was my favorite dish. I will say that is the best things. If I come back, that's one of the things I will look for. The other things I had were the pork ribs, garlic sirloin, and chicken, all pictured here. Um, where to start? So the pork ribs were close, were good. They were very, very good. Your pork ribs is something you should usually dip in barbecue sauce at barbecue sauce restaurant, but that would be an absolute insult to these ribs. They were delicious. They were fall off the bone. The seasoning on them was very basic, but the flavor of the meat really stood out. The fat was as if they just kind of it was melting. It was just very melty. And that's kind of a huge factor. Not every bite tasted. So I absolutely loved the ribs as well. It was close. In the back, we have a garlic steak. It's very good. Um, I love garlic. I love steak. That's something I can eat all day. So you can see one of the pieces is a little bit rare, but it was delicious and very fresh. So I had no problems with that. Texture was also just what I like to see. Some chew. The last thing in the picture is a little circle, little ball of chicken. That's just a little chicken drum that was just fat. It was very good, but out of everything I ate that day, it was, I guess, the least good. Is the only way to really put it to you. It wasn't bad. It was succulent. It was well seasoned. Also had that kind of a garlic spice to it. Um, Nothing wrong with it. Just the least good thing that was there. So next is the bacon wrapped chicken and the bacon wrapped sirloin. Those were absolutely amazing. It just they eased up on the garlic a bit and added the bacon, and it was a great combination on both items. So this is the full menu. As you can see, they have a lot of items that are just plain meat that they circulate. However, they don't have everything at once, and it just kind of depends on when you go. So this is the full menu. It has 10 items on it, but on any given night, you're going to catch about 6 or 7 of them. Like I can tell you for lunch, there's not going to be any filet mignon. And I just went on a day where there's just like a limited amount. They had it in the beginning. And so we got there and it was like, that's when they were about done with that. So we just kind of tasted it and that just wasn't one of the 7 things in rotation. So probably on purpose, but they seem to have plenty of Brazilian and native Brazilian staff. Like I asked one of our servers, what are the best items here, and like how like they held up to what he enjoyed growing up, similar to eaters in Brazil. And the guy was very enthusiastic in answering. He said that he worked at competing Brazilian steakhouses in 2 other parts of the country, and that it was a great comparison to the real deal and to other pieces, like like places in the country. That would be like he's down to eat here with his mom and dad. Like they would think it's good too. Like so, I was like, all right. So I kind of definitely added a sense of pathos and ethos with his family going in there, and just kind of trusting his opinion. Ended up recommending to us like I don't know like towards the end that we try out the cheesecake as well, and we loved that as well. So he kind of got us to spend a little extra cash, but it was we trusted him, we liked it, it was good. So guests seemed to be kind of from like all walks of life. So we had like kind of like a business dinner, kind of 2 tables away from us, and then there was kind of like another group. It was like a small group of college kids, and there was like a 60-something-year-old's birthday going down in another part of the restaurant. So it seems to be kind of pretty diverse in that way. Everyone seemed to be having a great time enjoying the food as much as anybody else. And me just being me, I checked this place out on Yelp. It had great reviews, had a lot of reviews, and it was me. So I was just like, I'm gonna love this. Got there, they didn't do it justice in the review. Like it was better than they claimed it was to me. So let that be known. So what's the consensus? This place is awesome. You get a high value for your cost. So lunch is like $25 while dinner is like 40. So you're getting a high value out of it. You're getting high quality cuts of meat prepared deliciously, traditionally, with a variety you're not about to find anywhere else. And the decor was more than fitting to the situation. So the price is definitely right. And that said, my score, gotta give it a 9. It's a 9 out of 10, a flat out. And that's only because that point, you gotta take it away because you can't get everything like every night, all the time. So it's just like, okay, still a 9. I think that was really cool is like they do use rhetoric. They get you to praise the restaurant, and they do a good job really like showing you, like showing the place off to you as you come through the door. You're sort of shown around to see the art and architecture the place has. And again, it made myself and other guests get the sense that this place and its food are top notch. Um, all these things working together provide this kind of perfect environment to grow up. Like you could just, I'm about to pig out. This is calming. Like I'm ready to do my thing. Um, and that in combination with the rhetorical strategies of ethos and pathos, that the gauchos themselves, the waiters, they bring their own aspect into that as well. And they have that authentic staff, and I really appreciate that. All right, y'all. So this is the video. So thanks for joining me. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Next week, I'll be covering the oldest Mexican restaurant in San Diego. You will not want to miss this. It is called Tony's Jackal, and I'll be letting you know whether it's a win or if it's a L.